Okay, we're to the fun part now where we're going to be making the body of the giraffe. I keep saying giraffe. This is definitely a zebra. This is not a giraffe. I've already done a giraffe. Um, anyway, so we will be moving from having just two hind legs to be making the body, and we'll start going in browns, and it really starts to take shape, and this part's very satisfying because you go places on this part. So you should have your second hind leg. First hind leg is already finished. I just knotted the two color ends here and just pushed them down into the leg. So that's the first one I made. Here's the second one. And if you notice, we're looking at the second leg, hind leg instructions right now, and it says to color change on the last stitch of round 11, just like we did with the arms. So you'll go into the last stitch of round 11, stop halfway, and pick up white. This just makes it when we close the leg, it'll be all white when we close the leg. Then we'll do one single crochet in the next stitch, like that. Now we're ready to close the leg. And the same as with the arm, I pull this over to the side so that I can secure it later. Go in and crochet across 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to connect the 2 legs together with some space between them. So the space will be 5 chains. Don't make these super duper tight. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then without twisting your chain, be careful not to twist it, pick up your other leg. Doesn't really matter which way you have it. I just know that this is like the back of my stitches, or the seams right here, so I try to make both of the seams be on the same side of the body rather than, you know, the side that doesn't have a seam. So, but just whatever, it really doesn't matter. And once the stripes are all together, you really won't be able to tell where the seam is. It'll just blend in with everything else. So 4 single crochet to close the top of the first leg you made. There we go. So now they're connected, and you will still have working yarn here. I cut mine a while back before I decided to make this video, so excuse me, yours should still be working yarn. Okay, so now we're going to start row 2 of the body, and normally with all my other rag dolls you would just chain 1 from here before you turn your work, but since we're going to change our color, you'll want to chain 1 with your contrasting color. So for me that's purple, or baby lilac, sorry. So that's my chain 1 right there, and then you'll turn your work this way, and before you get going you may have to tighten up these tails over here a little bit. And now we're going to increase in this first stitch with the purple. Three single crochet across the leg. Now we're working in the chain, and we'll do 5 single crochet in those chain 5. Whoa. Four, 5. Then we'll do 3 single crochet across the leg. I think my daughter is acting like a dinosaur, if you can hear her roaring down there. And then increase in the last stitch. All right, so we need to chain one and turn, but since we want to change our colors, we won't chain one with the purple. We will pick up the white again. Don't cut your purple yarn. So if you haven't cut your white yarn from finishing it over on this side, you need to cut it and move it over here, but don't cut your purple yarn because we'll just be able to pick that one up. All right, so I've chained one. Now turn your work, and now we will be working with white, and we'll only be working in the front loops. So since this is such bulky yarn, it's hard to see them. I just go ahead and go in like I'm doing a normal single crochet and then back out and just find that front loop. So I'll do that again. Go right in through both loops, but then back out, drop the back loop and just grab the front loop. That's where you want to do all of your work across this row here. So first it's an increase, then we do 14 single crochet in each stitch down the legs. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, whoa, 13, and in this last stitch, the back loop really likes to hide from you. So I like to go in and really kind of pull this stitch to loosen it up because we'll need that back loop here in a second. So one more stitch in just the front loop. Okay, so that's the first part of round 3. And instead of turning our work like turning a book page, this time we're going to turn it this way because we're going to create a circle to do our continuous spiral. So turn it this way, and now we're going to be working on the other loops that we left behind. Right now they look like the front loops, but they were the back loops from when we were looking at it like this. So turn it this way and continue with the white yarn and find those back loops. It's easiest for me to kind of bend these stitches out of the way and then kind of dig. They'll be lower, you know, dig with my hook to find the loop. So we'll do an increase, and then we'll do 14 regular single crochet across, all in the loops left over from the previous stitches. So bend those out of the way, and then they kind of pop up for you. That's 8. Last one, 14. Okay, so now you have this little flap going that's going to turn into the body. So these two ends over here, you'll need to weave those in either now or later. And over here, you have one purple to weave in and one white to weave in, either now or later. I prefer to do it later just because I like to create the body, so I'm excited about it and I don't want to stop to weave in ends, but it's up to you. So I'll show you how to do this color change for round 4. So I like to get my white tail out of the way. So I kind of push it down here. But what wants to happen, your purple tail kind of wants to come out here to the front too. You need to pull that back because you're about to pick it up. So pull that purple tail back here, pull it pretty tight. And this is the next stitch. So we're wanting to do the first stitch of round 4 and we'll increase. So you'll, to color change just like usual, do half of the single crochet, pick up the purple, and finish the single crochet. So that was 1 in 1 stitch. This is supposed to be an increase, so we'll go through that same stitch again to do an increase, and then we'll just continue. And now we're back to working in normal both stitches, and we'll just continue doing 15 single crochet across the body. 3, 4, 5. I'll just go enough for you to kind of see. So there is the little flap we have going. Don't cut your white working yarn over here because you're going to go all the way around and circle back to here and be able to pick up the white yarn for the next color change. So don't cut your ends anymore. The ends you have left, you'll need to weave in at some point. And continue working, and then once you get to round 19 of the body, I'll come back and show you how to attach the arms and also how to reinforce the arms.